Like Madness, and today I'm doing a late night reading for the sign of air, sun, moon, and rising, and that popped out straight away. It's been a very volatile, interesting type of energy of recent, and I felt the need to keep away from doing card readings and going up online. And I've watched other readers say the same thing, that it's been, I don't know what's going on with the planetary natal aspects, but some really weird stuff's gone down. You know, with the 3-year-old that was stabbed by a mum and things like that. But things that whether someone drove a car into a football stadium. Like there's a lot of planetary. I don't know what's going on. I know there's a full moon was on Wednesday. So yeah, full moons usually talk about accidents and things being stolen and things like that. But this has been beyond that. It's been a real devil-like energy, and so I do the reading today. Justice. Okay, 5 of Cups. So this is air, and it's Moonlight Madness, and I'm using the tarot deck called the Fairy Tarot card by Doreen Virtue and Madeline Valentine. I've had these cards for quite a long time, since 2015. Oh, it's gone upside down. Oops. I don't read reversals, so I'm not reading reversals. You've got 5 of Cups, which I pulled straight away. It just says remove yourself from negative people or negative emotions or things that frighten you. I've recently had a stalker, someone that I used to live with, and this is going back 2 or 3 years ago, just turned up randomly on a bus that I normally catch because I want to avoid the house I used to live in at the time in a suburb. I avoid that area because I don't want to run into that person. So I did that, and yet I still was stalked. That person that lived in the house with me did tell me they were really good at hacking into computer software. So I'm wondering how he managed to get into my possibly locator on my phone. I'm not sure how, but I do know that whenever I take my phone, he randomly turns up. And I haven't seen him in over 2 years, and I can't get a AVO because it's been 2 years ago. And I asked for how do I go about it through the police station, and they said they can't do anything because no hands were laid on me from 2 years ago, which they were back then. So, yeah, I got really offended by that. I'm like, well, where's the justice? No wonder these girls go missing and murdered, and there's a place called Nova for Women. It's not out of fun. It's not out of we're making lies and stories up here. This is really what goes down. These women are scared for their lives. They flee, taking whatever they can and go to a shelter like I did in order to flee the situation. I had to take a backpack and come back and pack up shop later on. At my age, it's not something you expect to invite. So, yeah, I just find it really strange behaviour. I know the person that I used to live with had a substance abuse issue and mental health. So I can't really do much about it because he's on a substance. But I can try and protect myself, which is what I'm trying to do here. But that's enough about me. Today I was up at the hospital trying to get a booking to see my psychologist because I was so upset. I've been upset for 5 days, maybe longer, a week. So there's that. I seem to attract people that have issues, broken children, and I'm tired of fixing other people's broken children. You know, it's not my job. If you have an issue, go and see a therapist. Like everyone else, like every normal person, get on a mental health program. And if you have a substance abuse, go and see someone about it. Yeah. And I've been having nightmares about that little girl because I'm the sort of medium that I just have to watch footage of something sad, like there's pictures of her and mum, and I woke up like a night ago seeing her trying to hide from her mum, and it was so upsetting for me because I'm a parent, and I found it really disturbing because I was picking up on her energy by just watching footage. And that's the hard part being who I am. I've got a lot of water in my chart, which is why I sometimes come up as a water sign in an air sign reading, because I've got 3 placements in water. So I've been looking after my health. So I'm going to put the bloodstone on the Queen of Cups. And to ground people that have a lot of air, like I've got air in my chart, I've got 2 placements in air, you need a smoky quartz for that. It helps to ground energy. So I'll put that on the sword card. And luck. I've been feeling like something's going to turn around. So I've got, this is my stone. It's a adventuring. It's for the traveller. And it's to attract good luck and good fortune, which is what everyone wants. Good luck. And to amplify all of these, I use my selenite, because you can put it with the one for healing, one for protection, or protection from bad dreams and grounding. And the adventuring is for something lucky to happen, and to attract a safe trip. So some of you might be going on a trip very soon. I'm going to have to buy one for my son, because he doesn't have adventuring, but he needs it for safe travels. So he bought this beautiful pouch from, it was a store at the market, so I just wrap up the daily things I want to attract, whether it be creativity, whether it be luck, whether it be love. I've been doing that recent. So we've got the 5 of Cups. There's something that scares you, you need to get away from. You need to remove yourself from that scary person or situation and take steps to protect yourself, which is what I did today. And the last couple of days I was on the phone to Lifeline, and I was talking to the police, this justice card. So there may be a legal matter that you need to possibly take out on someone. If you don't know their last name, but you know their first name, I don't think they can help you there. That's my issue. So it's saying you just want justice. You just want to be feeling safe and protected. Yeah, there is something that you're going through right now, air signs, that there's going to be a fair win-win outcome. A fair and objective decision is coming through, which is the justice card. And it's a karmic feeling. Then I've got, in the past, I've got the 8 of Wands, which talks about, usually Wands is weeks, I think, from memory. Wands is usually talking about a full moon. We've just come out of a full moon, so that makes a lot of sense why I pulled that. But the full moon does a lot of things. So the Wands talks about travel. In the past, you may have done a lot of travel, and it's talking about wanting to do more travel, and you had a lot of options to multitask. You had sudden events that happened. You had a new job, a new career, a new person in your life, and you were trying to juggle all of these. And it's great to have new things happen, but sometimes it can be stressful. So this is like talking about 8 days ago. You may have had to decide on something, or you may be doing a job where it involves travel. You can travel with your job, because if it's hospitality, you can work anywhere in the world. So that's the one specific person I'm talking about. Then we've got 5 of Swords. Now this is talking about 5 weeks ago. You may have had an argument, a blow up with 5 people. It's an Aquarian card specifically. If you get 5 of Swords with the Tower, that's an Aquarian you're dealing with. You may have been dealing with several Aquarians, or 5 people that have got heavy Aquarius in their charts, and it says you walk away from dishonest associations and realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness. Something that's not worth the effort. Then you've got here the 9 of Wands. In 9 days' time, it talks about protecting the fruits of your labour, preparing for possible challenges that lie ahead, and environmental conservation. So it talks about being environmentally friendly, as in recycling, watching how much fish we buy so we don't deplete our fisheries and things like that. Being just mindful of recycling and looking after the environment and looking after animals. And you may have that heavily in your chart. You might be very aware of your carbon footprint that you leave on the planet. In the future, it talks about something life-changing. So usually this is either an argument or a life-changing event. So you may decide to move. That usually is my movement card. this is also an explosion, as in you have a huge argument with someone in the future. So be careful of your emotions, is what it's saying. So then we've got here the Nine of Cups. This is a beautiful card. This is the wish card. It's confirmation from my phone. The Nine of Cups talks about making a wish, writing it down, and magical time of life. And so there's her fairy godmother putting a necklace around her and casting her spell. So she's like fairy godmother for Cinderella. So for the cups, it says in 9 months' time you may get a wish, a dearly held wish that you haven't even spoken about. And it could be to do with starting your own business, because you've got here the Nine of Pentacles, which is 9 years' time that it's talking about. You may be in the process of building yourself up so you can work from home, like doing something like what I'm doing, and getting the rewards from it, because it's not an easy thing. I thought I walked into it really blindly when COVID started, when I started doing a blog, and then I did a vlog and I turned it into a channel, but I'm not great with computers, so I've been going to a computer course and they've been teaching me how to set up a Wix page or a website, and it does require a little bit of programming, and I'm not a programmer by any stretch, so it's taken me a lot while longer, but it did start out as a blog. And I think I've watched other readers and how they handle things, and I'm glad to be part of the community that we both look and inspire each other. I look at it like that. Queen of Cups here is, so this is your hopes and fears. That was the, who's around you. So people around you are going to try and help you with your business. Queen of Cups is loving, comforting, emotional, intuitive. That could be a nurse or a work in the health industry. They could be a therapist or a beauty therapist, and it's talking about listening to your heart and your intuitive insights you can trust. And maybe you take care of so many people that you get really run down and tired, because still there's sunflowers all around her. They're all trying to get her attention, but she's just one person, right? So she's only got so much to give. You may find that sometimes when people vibrate on a depression or a level of self-sabotaging, you may sense it and get physical aches and pains like I do. So today I was at a hospital trying to get a referral to my psychologist, and all I could get was this massive headache, and it came directly from my son. I said, do you get headaches still? And he went, oh, not always, Mum, but today. I went, yeah, it's the room, isn't it? We're in amongst sick people, right? You're going to absorb that energy in some shape or form. At the end of waiting there for an hour and a half, I was so physically drained. I just wanted to go and shut myself away, but I had to go and get food, and I didn't really want to. I just wanted to go home and just isolate, because I find high trauma areas, like ambulance, people coming in on an ambulance stretcher, and people are sick and they're upset. And this little girl that was next to me, she was sick and not well, and I just I pick up all of that. It's like, because I'm an empath, it's like, as I try to describe it to a Lifeline lady, it's like throwing a ping pong ball and watching it vibrate off all 6 walls, and that noise is deafening. So it's the noise that I hear that comes from everyone else's pain. So I got it from my son today. I was touching his back, I was trying to calm him down, because I could see he was visually affected by it too. He just didn't want to look around, and like, you can go if you need to. He said, no, I'll stay with you, and we got sent to, but it was a waste of time. But anyway, he was there, and he kind of went, yeah, I get why you can't stay in a trauma area for very long, because you absorb energy. Like, I think people absorb energy without even meaning to. So that's why I don't go to hospitals, why I don't like going to see doctors, because I don't want to absorb other people's energy. Then we've got here the 9 of Winter, which is 9 weeks. Yeah, focusing on the worst case scenarios and allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. She's got the Doves here. She could find peace, but she's over worried, overstimulated. Her mind is racing. She's thinking about the worst case scenarios. This is an overthinker. I have that same problem. And once I get on something that I worry about, I'll just overly think about it, overly focus on it, and then I'll put myself into a tiz. I've got Libra in my chart too, and we find it hard to balance the scales, the masculine and the feminine, and sometimes we want the fairness of a system that's not fair. Like, I think the health system's not fair. And we want to get, I guess, how would you call it? We want to be heard, but sometimes you don't get heard unless you're bleeding. So in an ER ward, I was told I could go there to get a referral. Apparently not. Unless you're bleeding or you're dying, they don't want to know, they send you away after sitting through two nurses, which I told the same thing to. I felt like I was on repeat, and I hate repeating myself. I found it so annoying that she could have just said, "Oh, we can't do anything here. See you later." If I had been told that before I even went up there, I wouldn't have gone. Now I have to find a doctor, and I'm not keen on doctors, so I have to go pay that money for a doctor that I'm not going to like, just to get a referral for a pre-existing PTSD diagnosis. It's just, it's annoying is what it is. I voted for Albanese because I thought he was going to bring in more GP access where you can get, bulk billing. But that hasn't even come into fruition. I haven't seen any of that. And when there's a lot of people that don't work, I don't currently work, it's expensive to find $80. That cuts into your food bill. And I was just disgusted with the system, and I was disgusted that I placed my faith in someone I thought was going to pull strings, because in Newcastle there's a lot of people. There's only one hospital between Newcastle and Maitland, and then there's Sydney. So there's, that's why it's always so busy, because they run off their feet, they don't have enough staff. And I kind of went, well, I've been in that situation at a workplace. I know how hard it is to try and help everyone, and you feel you can't. And I could see this one nurse was flustered. She was trying to help me. She was trying to listen and understand, but she couldn't do anything because the doctor couldn't spend 10 minutes to write me a referral letter. So, yeah, I'm not impressed. That's my spiel. But in saying this is all about you wanting to go overseas, make a traumatic exit, do something from home, possibly if you can. Air signs out there. Have your wish granted. Write it down on a piece of paper on a full moon. I wish for X, Y, or Z. And then put it under the moonlight and wait for it to happen. Or you tell people, I'm going to be an Air Force pilot. I'm going to be a whatever it is. And then watch it come true, because what you tell yourself is a narrative. If you say, I'm not good enough, or I feel less than, I feel unworthy of someone, then that's what you're going to project. You're going to project all that negativity and make yourself feel worse. So you've got to find a level of positivity. I believe that everyone has to feel good about something that they do very well in this world, and not listen to all the noise. I'm going to call it the noise, which is the internet, and people trying to compare with each other and do, TikTok and, compared body types, and just feel less than because they think they have to look a certain way or act a certain way or have a certain job. You never ever see them post times when they post things up there when they're miserable, or they've lost their job, they've lost their home. None of that gets posted. Only the people that are on holidays or doing really well, winging it life, put pictures off, and I think it's so vacuous. And I just think, I feel sorry for my son's generation, because they've got so much competition with so many other people, and then they get these trolls that go in there and troll what they put up there. You can imagine how people could spiral and get into a negative narrative and a negative self-talk. So I kind of feel like I have to pick up the pieces for both of my sons, one and both, because I don't want them to go out in the world thinking that they have to be outdoing someone else, or that they are less than. Don't dim your light to fit in, is what I said to one of them. And it came from a card reading. But that's what I've got to say. I hope that helps someone out there. I'm going to pull 2 cards from my Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. This is a beautiful deck. I was gifted it when I used to do a domestic violence program called Got Your Sister Back, and I found that program amazing. So I read, I think, 10 people, and so they all chipped in and got me a tarot deck, so I was very appreciative of that. I still keep it. It's one of my favourite decks. And actually one of them girls that used to go there to get counselling for whatever it was that she was there for, she made this deck. So hats off to her. I'm going to cut it into 2. So these are like building on what I've done. Answer the call. Yeah, it's the call. And then you've got inner temple. Yeah, I believe that's very true. I think we need to use our bodies as our temples, and what we put into it, whether it's food or negative thoughts or negative opinions of others, is what we'll get out from our body. And they say that disease is made from the mind. The thoughts can create the disease. That's how most health professionals try to put you on a mental health program as well as a health program, because they both go hand in hand. Answer the call. I don't know these cards very enough. So this is an inquiry card to 36. 38. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Your guidance is divinely divided. You are being called to answer the call of your soul. It might be scary, it might not make sense, but if you trust your soul's yearnings, you'll live a life beyond what your mind could not possibly imagine. Answering your soul's calling is not a one-time thing, rather a lifelong dance. Deep down, you already know what you long for, what your soul yearns for. Whatever you are called to do, that is your calling. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for permission, just say yes. Most people are waiting for a step-by-step plan before they take the first step. Like I was talking about before, I did it as a blog and then it became a vlog with no knowledge and no idea what I was getting myself into. But intuition doesn't work like that. It takes faith and courage, faith, trust, and pixie dust, I call it, and to answer the calls of the soul. And that's why most people don't do it, but you are not most people. You're in exactly the right place to answer your calling now. You don't need to know the whole plan. You don't even need to know where it's leading. You just need to take the next step. No one has ever had the complete perfect plan. There is no end destination. There is no right or wrong to do it. And you do not need permission from anyone else. Sometimes the more resistance we are around answering the soul calling, the more important it is to our soul's growth. What is your soul calling you to do? And then you've got inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Yeah, listen to your heart. The old song by the lady that died of cancer. She was beautiful. Listen to your heart. Anyone knows that name of that song? Oh, sorry, the band. Put it down in the comments. Okay, which I don't even know if I've got that set up. Inner temple, 70. Yeah, listen to the portal of your heart. You've been called to be a devoted student and tune into your heart to incorporate true devotion into your life. You've been called to develop a regular meditation, journaling, or chanting practice, or to show up to your soul with a rhythm. To develop a daily practice where you fill up your well and spend time with your soul. All of the answers to all of the questions that you seek are waiting for you in the portal of your heart, but you cannot hear them unless you carve out time each day to listen. Your soul is yearning for a deeper relationship with you, and so the more time you spend with it and show up to it, the more clearly it will guide you. We are here to grow as souls. Earth is one big playground for the soul to learn, and you are being called to go deeper in your soul growth or to increase your devotion by being a student or of a lineage of a spiritual teacher. So I go to a spiritual church. I didn't go this week because I've been upset about things, and I should have gone because I find it helps me to center when I'm with other people that are like me, that are psychically gifted. I get to spend time with people that have got the issues I have with being psychic. If you've already been a committed student, then you are being commended for your devotion. Commended. Your guides want you to know how proud of you they are and that the time you spend in devotion is priceless. If you are questioning your career or life path, your guides want you to turn your focus towards devotion and this prayer. Please use me in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. May my life be one big moving prayer. Yep. So say a prayer for the people that you worry about. I think that's the best way to control situations that we have no control over. I worry about my son. He drives late at night, coming home from work, and I worry about him. And I can't help it because I'm his mum, but you know, it's difficult for me to switch off until I know when he's home safe. And I'll try to call him, I'll try to text him just to say, how did you get home safe? Because I'm awake, I'm on high alert. I'm waiting for the phone call because my other son had an accident a week before Christmas. So now I'm overly cautious of both of them driving. It's not them I worry about, it's the other idiots on the road. And late at night, sometimes people are driving home from the pub, club, whatever, and they're under the influence, and then you could be hit by a car. So this is why I worry. I'm a helicopter neurotic parent, but that's because I have kids. And there's my stomach getting upset because I'm upset about it. really upsets me. So this is all I have for you for air signs. Please take care and don't listen to all the negative self-talk. Listen to the positive ones and the positive people. Surround yourself with positive people.